Alright, weekend's up, two new movies added, and let's just say I wasn't expecting one of them to be as good as they were. Honestly, this was a great weekend for movies, and I'm hoping that it continues for the rest of the month at least. That being said, let's get into it. Alright, so Mike and Nick and Alice. Never mind the fact that the name is a complete mouthful. This has to be one of the most surprisingly fun movies I have seen in a good while. The movie follows Mike, played by James Marsden, and Nick, played by Vince Vaughn, as two gangsters going through a whole night of bullshit. Essentially, things get crazy when Nick reveals that he is from the future. Spoilers if you haven't seen this. Forgot to mention that. Mike learns that the Nick he's been moving with is from the future and trying to prevent Mike's death. Honestly, I feel like that should be enough to convince you to watch this movie. Honestly, for me, what convinced me to watch it was the fact that there was a scene where the four title characters are discussing fucking Gilmore Girls. Thing is, that's not the only reference this movie makes to pop culture. And all of them work. Honestly, this movie is just a genuinely funny movie with some truly entertaining action. Honestly, two Vince Vaughn's, James Marsden, and Isaac Gonzalez as the title characters is fantastic. While Keith David as the villain, perfect casting. Honestly, it's a fantastic movie and a very, very fun one at that. And I feel like this is a movie that needs to be watched just knowing the base hook. Or if you learn of this movie thanks to social media about one scene that has you interested, you're gonna have a great time. I have this one at a 9, and that is definitely higher than I was expecting. Now this one I knew was going to be excellent. Thing is, again, I said at the beginning of the year that I am watching most of these movies with my mom. Yes, I live with her. I can't afford to move. But honestly, I knew this movie was going to be excellent. I just didn't expect it to be so close to perfect that it genuinely made me glad I was finally able to watch it. A movie about the real life Ma Rainey and her band working on recording music and having drama in between the recordings is done so well that you can't really understand just how flawed many of the characters are. While most of the characters in this movie are very much likable, the characters of Ma and Levy are so difficult to like that it makes the performances of Viola Davis and Chadwick Boseman that much better. Honestly, this movie's writing is so sharp that it feels different and familiar without getting derivative. Honestly, there really isn't too much to say. The writing is incredible. The set pieces are outstanding. The costume design, holy hell. And then there's the drama in between the characters, which really stands out above anything else. Honestly, again, it is so close to a perfect movie while just being like 9.5 out of 10. It is that good. Chadwick Boseman was screwed by the Oscars. Alright, so there's our reviews. Thank you for watching, and honestly, that post I made earlier this week, again, it will be pinned for the majority of the year. And if you can think of a 2026 movie, I'm trying to build up on those. If you can think of any 2026 movies that are available on any of the streaming platforms in that video, I will be perfectly cool with that. And honestly, I just want to be able to watch more movies. And again, I want to be able to make money doing this kind of stuff. Even though I don't have the follower or subscriber count, I'm making these because I enjoy it. So if you enjoy watching these reviews, if you enjoy watching my content, then get me to where I can make money doing this while also being able to work at my actual job. At least for the time being. But yeah, if you like seeing my reviews as much as I like making them, go ahead and give me a follow on TikTok. Go subscribe to me on YouTube. And yeah, we'll see if I can keep it going. That's all for this week. Deadly Destruct, the reviewer, signing out.